Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the break and continue statements in Java. So basically these statements are known as jump statements. And when we need to have this kind of statements, for example, if I have to do a simple task like printing from 1 to 10, but I don't want print some kind of middle statements like 5 or 7. Okay, so I have to skip this kind of statements, but I want to print the rest of it. Then I have to use this kind of jump statements. Another case, it can be I wanted to print only 1 to 5, but have to continue till 10. So in that case, I need to jump the rest of the iteration. So basically, this jump instruction will help me to do some kind of action where required to skip some statements or some iterations. So basically, these things works with loops. We already know how to write loops. We have seen how to write for loops, how to write while loops. We also see uh, do while. So in today's example, we are going to learn how we can skip the iterations inside a loop. Let's take an example. For example, I have my I as an iterator initialized as 0, and let's initialize is 1. Okay, so let's print a loop where I'm gonna print all the values from 1 to 10. Okay, so let's print this. I'm gonna print a masses so that we can understand the value or the value of I in a sense. Okay, so it should print me from 1 to 10, right? The value goes from 1 to 10. Okay, that's fine. Now I want to skip some print statements like the 3. I don't want to have any value which is equal to 3. So how we can do that? For that we have to use the continue statement. For example, this is the case when the value of the iteration is 3. I don't want to print it, so this statement I don't want to execute it. In that case, I have to escape, or I have to increment the iterator to 4. So how we can do that? By using this statement known as continue. That's mean this statement will continue through looping, will increment the value of I, but without executing any statements that are outside this block. Let's see if this works. Yeah, as we can see, it has skipped the value 3 but has printed the rest of the values. We can do that by using logical operators such as, let's say now I want to skip 7 as well, so I have put I equal 3, or if the value of I is equals to 7, so it will escape this. Okay, if you see this, that's fine. 3 and 7 does not appear. Okay, this is one way of jumping the statements. If you have any task and you want to like skip according to the problem, you can use continue statements. Another statement who is known for jumping is the statement known as break, but break works a little bit different. For example, from our previous example, when the value of I was 3, instead of continue, if I use break, what will happen? It actually will end the loop. So that's mean when the value of I is 3, the loop will be breaked, and I will have this kind of outside block loop. Let's print this so we can understand the difference between break and if. End of the loop. Okay, so according to our logic from the continue, okay, so it's gonna print when the value of I is 1, when the value is I of 3. When the value is 3, in continue we saw this will incremented it, and it was printing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on till the value 10. But when we use break, it only print 1 and 2. When it values 3, it going to jump and end the loop, and we'll see the end of the loop statement. See, value 1, 2 and lastly end of the loop. But if we put continue, then it going to skip only 3 as when the value of I is 3. The rest of the values will be appear, and after then we'll get the end of the loop statement. So this is useful when the problem requires such as I have to print only even numbers, or I have to pick only the odd integers, or kind of action that can be done in particular sequence. We can use break or jump. So problems kind of finding the first minimum minimum number in a particular sequence, then we have to use break. Another problem can be find out the first even number that appear in a program, so then we have to use even as well. Or if I have to find out first 3 prime numbers from a range goes 1 to 1000, we have to use also break. And continue, we have to find out if the loop is going on even though we found some actions, and we have to continue, right?